Google just delayed its most important AI model by months. And the moment the news broke, more than 4% of Alphabet's value vanished. That stumble by one of the most powerful companies on Earth is a clear signal for everyone building an AI career. The era of just make it bigger is hitting a wall. To really understand the implications here, we need to look at the facts recently reported by tech startups on July 17, 2026, in their piece titled "Google Delayed Its Biggest AI Model." Alphabet has opted to delay the broader release of its frontier model, Gemini 3.5 Pro. Now, this wipeout of billions in market capitalization directly intersects with your daily work. Because when a tech giant hits a roadblock of this magnitude, it alters the established timeline for professionals who have been relying on uninterrupted AI capability gains. Internal testing of this flagship model revealed that it fell short of expectations in two critical domains, specifically coding performance and complex long-horizon reasoning. These are the exact capabilities where enterprise users expect significant productivity gains, and because of these shortfalls, the wider rollout has been pushed back while engineering teams attempt to close the gap. Contrasting the current reality with initial expectations highlights a very clear shift. You might remember that Gemini 3.5 Pro was previewed with considerable fanfare at the Google I/O Developer Conference, and the industry widely assumed a June release. Instead, the model currently remains bottlenecked in a limited enterprise preview, accessible only to a select few. This is the AI for Career Success video overview, where we help professionals upskill in AI. Analyzing this delay requires us to step back and examine the macro trends governing the artificial intelligence sector today. The significance of this extends far beyond a single corporate roadmap. For 2 years now, the technology industry has operated on an implicit promise that each successive AI model would be dramatically better than the last. So, Google missing its own bar on complex tasks represents a structural crack in the narrative of endless, predictable AI leaps. What we're observing is a transition from an old assumption to a new reality. The old assumption dictated that simply injecting raw compute power in top-tier talent into a project guaranteed massive technological leaps. However, the new reality suggests that the frontier is getting significantly harder to advance. Unprecedented spending and raw scale just don't guarantee the proportional leaps that they used to. Of course, we must approach this objectively. A delay is not inherently a failure. Choosing to hold back an underperforming model is ultimately a responsible choice by Google. When Gemini 3.5 Pro eventually lands, it may still be excellent. Furthermore, falling short of expectations may simply mean that their internal performance targets were set extraordinarily high to begin with. Despite that nuance, the swift market reaction reflects genuine uncertainty. The core question the sector is now facing is this: are we approaching diminishing returns on the current approach to AI development? There is high confidence that the delay is real, yet it remains uncertain whether this signals a broad industry plateau. Translating this market reality into a practical career strategy requires a shift in mindset. First, you need to stop relying on future updates to solve your current problems. Never bet your career plans on the assumption of endless AI improvement. Second, focus intensely on mastering today's capable models. And third, stay highly adaptable because the pace of improvement is clearly uncertain. If an entity with the massive resources of Google can miss a development target, assuming the next model will just handle your workflow is a shaky foundation for your career. True professional value does not lie in waiting for promised updates. The durable value is strictly in applying what exists today to drive measurable results. Tomorrow, we're covering a totally different side of the industry. While Google stumbled, a Chinese lab quietly dropped a free AI model with 2.8 trillion parameters that actually beats some of the best paid models out there, and you can download it right now. This is where we teach you AI and help you get smarter than your competition. If you like these videos, use the QR code at the beginning to buy us a coffee, or hire us to coach you or your employees in AI.